Morning all. I am going to present in front of you the detail of high performance thin layer chromatography. Science and technology have never been so promising, nor have delivered so many opportunities to improve health and extend lives. But continued investments are being invested in both the public and private sector in spite of current economic climate. Increasing pharmaceutical industry success rates and delivering more medicines are very challenging, but very few predictive scientific and analytical tools are available. Analysis of pharmaceutical components and newer drug is commonly used in all the stages of drug discovery and development process. These analytical techniques provide more accurate and precise data, not only supporting drug discovery and development but also post-market surveillance. One of the analytical method used in drug analysis is HPTLC. HPTLC is basically a chromatographic technique wherein you are going to have the solid stationary phase and liquid mobile phase. Chromatography, as you know, is physical method of separation of the molecule which are being separated with the two phases, one of which is stationary phase while the other mobile phase moves in a definite direction. When you are talking about HPTLC, it is a modification of thin layer chromatography and it is an automated method as compared to TLC. It is a very powerful analytical method which can equally be suitable for qualitative and quantitative analysis. It is very popular because you can have the visual chromatogram after the experiment. At a particular time you can handle multiple samples and it can also enable the most complicated separation. Even nanogram of the sample can be detected with the help of HPTLC. The principle behind the HPTLC is that there will be a capillary action effect which will be because of the mobile phase, and component move according to their affinities towards the adsorbent. It means the component with higher affinity will move slow and the component with lesser affinity towards the stationary phase travels faster. Thus, the components are separated on a chromatographic plate according to their affinity, and separation will be depending upon their solubility in mobile phase. The instrumentation of HPTLC, as you can see in the picture, are with the help of applicator by which you are going to load your sample. Automated developing chamber wherein your plate will be developed with the help of mobile phase. You can have the scanner which will scan your plate, and you can have the digital camera which will take you the photographs after the sample is being detected. The main difference between TLC and HPTLC is that in TLC you can use handmade plates also. In HPTLC you have to use pre-coated plate. In TLC the pre-washing of plates is not mandatory, but in HPTLC it is must. The main difference between TLC and HPTLC that the sample will be applied manually in TLC and it will be applied in automated method in HPTLC. The steps involved in HPTLC starts from the selection of chromatographic plates. You have to pre-wash your plates, activate the pre-coated plates. You have to apply and prepare the sample. Choose the mobile phase, preconditioning the mobile phase chamber. Then you have to develop and dry your chromatographic plates. You have to detect and visualize, and you have to document. We will see one by one in detail. Selection of chromatographic plates involves pre-coated plates which can be supported on a different materials like glass, polyester, polyethylene or aluminium. The sorbent that can be used in plates are silica gel 60F, aluminium oxide, cellulose, or the silica gel which are being modified chemically with the help of amino or CN group. You have to pre-wash your plates, that is a purification step. In case of silica 60F, the major disadvantage of this sorbent is that it contains iron as impurity. So you have to take out this iron from the silica gel. So for removing this iron, you can use methanol is to water in the ratio of 9:1, and thus you can go for the pre-washing. After pre-washing, you have to activate pre-coated plates. When you are taking the freshly opened box of HPTLC, it does not need the activation. But if you have taken the particular HPTLC plates which are being exposed to high humidity or kept in hand for longer time, then activation is very important step. For that, you can use oven at 110 or 120 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes, and thus the activation can be achieved of this pre-coated silica gel plates. The sample preparation is very simple here. You just have to dissolve your sample in a particular solvent. Then you have to filter the sample and you have to use the filtrate. The care should be taken that though no particles should be present, because if the particles are there, it can block the syringe. You can use the different organic solvent here depending upon your sample. The sample application will be carried out with the help of syringe and the applicator that we have seen in the picture. Some applicators used for application of sample have a different criteria to be filled within that particular software. So the applicator which you are going to use can be used in two different aspects, offline or online. If you are using online method, the documentation will be very easy. There you can mention the plate dimension, sample volume to be injected, number of samples to be applied, and so on. There is a different applicator present. The picture shows that there can be a capillary tube or there can be a micro syringe that can be used, and nowadays there is an automated sampler available that will directly load your sample. The selection of mobile phase depends again upon the sample of interest. So here you can use either a single solvent or you can use a combination of organic solvent. The care should be taken that the mobile phase should not interfere with the stationary phase or the particular sample. That is very important. Pre-conditioning of mobile phase or the chamber saturation is very important, so that whole the chamber will be saturated with the mobile phase vapors only. External air should not be present in that particular chamber. So whenever you are loading your mobile phase in a chamber, you have to keep it aside stationary for some time, so that the chamber will be full of the vapors of the mobile phase. If the external air is present, that can interfere with the capillary effect of the mobile phase that is being running through the particular sample loaded plate. Once you have kept your plate in a mobile phase chamber, you have to be very careful that you have to run the mobile phase till 3/4 of your plate, otherwise the sample will not be separated efficiently. Once it is run, you can take out your plates. You have to air dry your plates, and then you have to keep it under the scanner. The mobile phase chamber can be automated chamber, or you can use a twin trough chamber, or you can use the horizontal development chamber. After you have run your mobile phase, air dry your plates, you have to go for the detection and visualization. UV light chamber can be used as a detecting detecting material or detecting apparatus. Here you can use either 254 or 366 nanometer wavelength, or you can spray the particular spraying reagent depending upon the sample, or you can go for the particular scanning with the help of scanner, ChemArc scanner. That scanner will convert band into peaks, and peak height or the area will give you the concentration of the sample present in a given mixture. The peak height and the area under spot are measured automatically with the help of instrument, and it will be recorded for the documentation. You can see here these are the peaks that are being formed, and the bands are converted into peaks. And here you can use see that different types of components are being separated under different wavelength. So here you can use either 200 or you can use multiple wavelength from 200 to 900 nanometer depending upon your sample. Once you are being scanned your sample, you can go for the photo visualizer and you can take the photographs. There are different factors that affects the HPTLC, starting from the stationary phase. So what type of stationary phase you are using, that is very important. Again, mobile phase is very important because it should not react with your sample, or it should not react with your stationary phase. The thickness of the stationary phase is also very important. How you are going to develop your plate, what mobile phase combination you are using, what temperature you are using, that is also a particular and important criteria to be looked in. The amount of sample is also very important when you are talking about the HPTLC. And again, you have to be very careful by when you are using the different wavelength. So if you are not aware of which wavelength is lambda max for the given sample, you can scan your plate at different multiple wavelength. The advantages of HPTLC is it promotes high separation efficiency. Shorter developing time is needed, so analysis time is very less. Lower amount of mobile phase is needed, and of course the sample which is needed is also in a very less volume. The flexibility is enormous. Parallel separation of many samples can be achieved at a particular time. The sample preparation is very simple, and you can have the efficient data acquisition and processing. The application of HPTLC lies in various fields, starting from pharmaceutical industry to different field. When you are talking about pharmaceutical industry, they are very important in quality control department in checking out the purity and the quantity of the given sample. Also, they are very important in analyzing the efficacy of pharmaceutical preparation and dosage form. In food analysis, it is very important in quality control departments to find out additives, pesticides, and they are also very important in stability studying of food analysis. It has clinical application with respect to metabolism studies, drug screening and stability testing. It has a different industrial application like process development and optimization. It can also be used in separation of biomolecules, also in forensic sciences. You can check out the presence of pesticides in drinking water or soil when you are talking about environmental analysis. It can also be used in cosmetics and fingerprinting and the presence of different components with respect to natural products and plant ingredients. Also, it can be used in blood testing, wherein you can find out the presence of different drugs that are being investigated by forensic lab or by molecular biological lab. So as we have seen, it is having a very wide application in different field. HPTLC is very promising analytical tool. For application of HPTLC, the phytochemical analysis, biomedical analysis, fingerprinting analysis, and it can also be combined with a combinatorial approach like HPTLC MS, HPTLC FTIR, HPTLC scanning diode laser made. HPTLC with different types of these detectors can also be used to have a particular component and its structure or its functional group that can be detected. So it is noteworthy that utilization of instrumental HPTLC toward the analysis of drug formulation and in other field is increasing in different fields of industries. So that was regarding HPTLC. These are some of the references that you can use for HPTLC. Thank you very much. Hi guys, today we are going to see HPTLC. HPTLC is high performance thin layer chromatography, which is basically a modification of thin layer chromatography. The software and the instrument which we have is from the manufacturer company Camac, which is the only manufacturer company in India. So we will be using Linomet 5 applicator for loading the sample, wherein we have a syringe that is HPTLC syringe. This is the syringe and it is 100 microliter capacity syringe. So you can load the sample up to 100 microliter. This applicator you can use offline mode or online mode. Now if you want to use this applicator in offline mode, you just have to give command from this particular dialog box, and if you want to give the online mode, you have to use the software called as WinCats. Now we will see how this WinCat software can be used. First of all, you have to choose file. If you are not having any saved files, you can go to new file. If you are having any loaded file, you can just go and open that loaded file. Let us say we are just loading one file, which is this file. Now in that you have to choose what all different types of parameters you want to carry out for your particular sample. It has different options, like you have to first define what will be your sample information. You are going to load your sample with the help of Linomet 5 applicator, so you have to choose sample application. Then you have to give pre-chromatographic derivatization, if any. You are going to develop your plate with the help of different types of solvent system. Then there is post-chromatographic derivatization, where you can use different types of staining solution, or you can use UV transilluminator to check out where the bends have been placed. Or else you can just go for the scanner 3, which means you will be scanning your thin layer chromatography plate at different wavelength, starting from 200 to 900 nanometers, and you can find out where exactly the samples have been detected. And then we have one more different type of photodog, which is called as visualizer, by which you can just have the photograph of your scanned plate. This is exactly the scanner which is called as CAMAC TLC Scanner 3, wherein you can just place your plate in this particular box and you can just close the lid and you can start scanning with the help of software that we have just seen before. The next part which we have is CAMAC TLC Visualizer, wherein you can have a different wavelength, 366 or 254 or white light, and depending upon your interest you can take photographs which can be directly cached upon with the camera, and it can directly saved in the software that is WinCats. Now let us see how you are going to define your samples. For today's experiment I have 2 samples, so let us say number of samples are 2. Then we are going to have the sample detail. Let us say I have the sample which is Astracanthus pure powder and Astracanthus root sample. There are no known substances or standards, so that will be blank. Then is what amount or what volume of the sample you want to load. Let us say I want to load 10 ml of sample. I have dissolved my sample into methanol, so solvent will be methanol. Then is a sequence, how I am going to load my sample in which sequence. So let us say I have 2 samples and I want only 2 tracks. That will be number of bends. Now depending upon the plate size, that is TLC plate size, it will directly count the x-axis and the y-axis. And let us say now you are having 2 samples. In one vial you are having the first sample Astracanthus pure powder. In second vial you are having the Astracanthus root. That will be your sample details. You can just have the checkout. The plate will look like this. Now as we have already seen what will be the number of samples and how your plate will look like. Another thing is you have to define the plate size in the stationary phase. Now here we are going to use the ready-made TLC plates, which is HPTLC Silica Gel 60F254, and the manufacturer of this plate is Merck, and we are going to use 5 by 10 centimeter of plate size. You can change the plate size depending upon your sample. Okay, this is a syringe that I told you, 100 ml syringe. Whenever you are using this syringe, first you have to wash your syringe with the solvent in which you have made your samples. Generally we use methanol. So you have to wash your syringe with the methanol, that is your solvent. Then you have to take your sample. As we have given the volume of 10 ml, we will be taking maybe 15 ml. 5 ml extra you can take. So you can just see that the sample is moving. Now once you have taken the sample, you have to be very careful that there should be no bubbles. If bubbles are there, you have to just tap your syringe and you have to remove the bubbles, because bubbles can interfere with your sample and it will not give you proper bends when it is loaded in the applicator. While loading your syringe into applicator, you have to press this particular knob. Insert your syringe. It should touch the bottom. You just have to lock this and then you have to start with the execute next step in the software. Once you are executing next step, you can just click here and you can just start enter. So you can see here that the knob will go close to the syringe and now it will start loading your sample. In dialog box you can see how much volume of your sample has been loaded. So here you can see now it is 1.5 ml. Once it's done, the knob will go upper side. You can again take out the syringe and you have to wash your syringe before you load the next sample. Here you can see it is also showing that first sample is loaded. Start loading your second sample. Once you are ready with the second sample in the syringe, you just have to press the enter in the dialog box in the applicator and thus your second sample will also be loaded.
3.
Now as you can see, we have loaded our sample. You can see just here the yellowish line. Now we are going to scan our plate at different wavelength. So we just have to take our plate, keep it inside the scanner, close the lid, and you have to define at which wavelength you are going to scan your plate. Let us say I want to scan my plates at different 6 wavelengths starting from 200 to 700 nanometer with the distance of 100 nanometer. So we are going to just scan our plate. So again you have to go to next part, go to next step, and you can see here at 200 nanometer I am having this particular different types of spectra. Now let us say for track 1, that is your band 1, I am getting this 3 different types of components which are being separated and which are being detected at 200 nanometer. You can see here you are going to get the table also which stands for particular band, and you will be having here start RF and the end RF, plus you are going to have what percentage of this particular component is present in a given sample. So if you are having standard, you can just compare this particular component and you can find out the concentration of this component as well with the help of HPLC. The next step after the scanner is you want to take the photograph under UV light or under the white light. So you just have to keep your plate within the visualizer, that is CAMAG visualizer. Close the lid and you just have to press, you want 354 or you want 366 nanometer. Let us say I want 254 nanometer. You just have to press that 254 nanometer, and you are going to see the results in software. So let us say this is a image of plate which you are going to get here, and that are being captured with the help of visualizer. This is a 254 nanometer, wherein you can see whatever bands you are getting, that all are different components which are present within this sample, and you can just have the visualization at 366 nanometer, wherein this all different types of components are being separated in particular different sample. So by using HPTLC, you can either identify the components, you can fingerprint the particular sample, so you can find out how many different components are present within a particular sample. So HPTLC is having wide application in the field of medical, in the field of Ayurvedic industry, in the field of pharmaceutical industry, as well as in the field of food and agriculture industry. So that was regarding our HPTLC. Thank you.